come 2010, I'm 24, and I made my first million.
Who did you tell that you made $1 million?
I think the first time I spoke about it was in church when I was giving a testimony. Money is not everything. Money is a result. So when I did make my first $1 million, it was through network marketing, but it was an online platform.
So you lost the $1 million?
I've lost millions, not $1 million. Some millions you lose, some millions you spend.
Okay.
That's not a loss to me. I get you. I'm successful. What have you failed at? What have you done that didn't go well? That allows you today to say, I'm a success today, simply because I went through that. I learned this. I picked myself up. I tried again. I fell. I tried again. I fell. I tried again. I fell. I tried again, but I won't stop trying. Because you said it's mixed. That's one part of the mixture.
It's another conversation for another day.
Another day. Now, you see, now I mustn't be used to being on that side of
because you're used to interviewing people. So.
I'm not used to it yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We're growing. But I'm not yet.
Tell me about yourself. Who are you?
Okay, all right. Let's get into it. My name is Lebo Moratele. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have been in the network marketing space for over 15 years. And there I've built teams of tens of thousands of people across Africa, in different industries, from beauty to tech, crypto-based opportunities. And I've also tried to start my own network marketing opportunity back in the day. Didn't go as planned, but that was part of the journey, was part of learning. And today I'm the host of Rise of the Modern Moguls podcast. And that is a podcast where we're really just redefining entrepreneurship and bringing it to people and saying there are other ways outside of what it is that you know. You can rise above your current circumstances. You can rise above the constraints that you feel you have. I need to get a job, or I can only do this, or I have to follow a path that maybe my parents or other people expect of me. So that's why I've started the podcast. And the mission is really simple. I just want to show people that it's possible. As a man thinketh, as we were saying earlier, what you put your mind to, if you're really focused, disciplined, you can make it happen. And it's not going to be without its challenges. And by putting people behind the mic who have gone through different experiences, who have overcome challenges, it's to show people that it's possible. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, especially in the industry of network marketing. You can start really with no education, no previous skills, don't know anybody. And today, in the age of social media, it's amplified, because now when I started back in the day, it was, face to face, person to person. It was your circle of friends, family, people that you go to church with. But now with social media, the world is opened up to us. So I just want to show people that there are alternatives out there, and you cannot become what you don't see. You have to see it in order, they say, see it to believe it. You have to see it, and you see that someone else has done this. So it would plant that seed in a person to say, perhaps I can do this. And perhaps even if it's not going to be in the industry that we're speaking about or what I'm involved in, but just to show people that the possibilities are endless. Never count yourself out. That's what the podcast is about.
Why go into entrepreneurship?
Oh, wow. Why go into entrepreneurship? Because entrepreneurship is freedom. And I grew up in a family where I was surrounded by entrepreneurs. My grandparents were working, back in the day, they were working, but my grandmother was very entrepreneurial. She was always doing something. She was, selling. She'd always say, I'm selling hampers at work. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So she was very industrious. And when I was born, actually, she left work so that she could take care of me and my mom could go back to work. And she then had a spaza shop. She was like, while I'm raising you, I'm going to, run this business while I'm taking care of you. So my formative years, my grandmother was taking care of me. My mom would go to work, and then so that was like my daycare. She'd drop me off at my granny's and then come and pick me up every afternoon. So that's from my grandmother. Then my mother, who saw that, went into the working world, but she was also always busy doing something, selling something, very involved. And then she then went full-time into entrepreneurship. She opened up her own businesses. She then closed down some of those traditional businesses and went into network marketing. So I learned network marketing firsthand. I got to see from a person who I lived and breathed with, who I'd seen her in traditional business and I'd seen her being, relatively successful, but I saw the jump from relative success to a different level of success through network marketing. And so she has her own story another day on the podcast. So I won't get into that much. But that's where I saw it. And so I went to school, the traditional route. I was in high school, and I remember when I finished matric, I did pretty well in my matric results, because I was always taught how you do anything is how you do everything.
Did you get distinctions?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. How many? 2, 3?
I got 2 initially, and then my teachers were like, "No, that's not good enough. We need a remark. So we are going to, because like a 78. Come on, you're not gonna get 78s, and then we call that a B." So we got some remarks, so I ended up with more than 2.
Wow.
Yeah,
you speak a lot about network marketing. For somebody who's watching this and they have no idea what you mean.
Okay, so what is network marketing? Network marketing is simply a system of distributing a product or a service. So where a company would say, we sell phones, for example. We sell phones and we want to market them out there. Instead of going the traditional route and advertising, marketing the traditional way, having these huge expensive budgets to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to have a workforce, an independent workforce. So we don't hire them, we don't pay them a salary, but they can partner with us. So we have our business as the phone company. We have individuals who start their own businesses in marketing and promoting our products. Okay. And so Lebo comes to Justice's business. Justice has phones, and Justice says, "I've got these great phones. Lebo, go out there and you can do it multiple ways. You can either sell the phones and make a commission, but that's a once-off commission and it's limited. Or you can refer other people, get the phone yourself. This is the way I prefer, by the way. So you can go out and sell the phones and make a commission. That's one way. Or you can get the phone, use it, be a user of the phone, and just share the information about the phone with other people. So as I'm using my phone, I'm telling people, hey, I got this great phone. This is how it works. When people come and buy from Justice, Justice has a system that will know that these people were referred by Lebo. And so Lebo will make that commission. So it's about the distribution of products or services. Now, that's a very important part, because sometimes we have network marketing misrepresented. Not even misinterpreted, because that's another thing where people will misrepresent something that they wanted to look like network marketing, but when you unravel or you go through the layers, you realize that this is just a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's not really network marketing, because network marketing at its core is about a business that has a product or a service and chooses to distribute those services or products through an independent workforce. So people will get paid commissions for referring the product or the service, and if Lebo then refers other people, that's why it's called multi-level marketing, because I would be the first level that is coming to distribute through Justice. But if I refer other people, those are other levels that are being introduced to Justice's business. But Justice says, Lebo, listen, when these people come and buy from me, I'm not going to skip you and just pay them directly, because had you not been there, you are a link for me to get to these people. So I will give you a portion of that commission too. So you can leverage and scale, because now I don't have to work alone. On my own, I can maybe reach 10 or 20 people. But if I reach 10 or 20 people and they each reach 10 or 20 people, you can see how the growth is exponential. So that's the power of network marketing, where you don't have to do things on your own. And as a company, you can really start small. But if you have a good product and you have a great, motivated sales force, independent people who say, okay, we want to make money through this, we want to affiliate with you, then you can really grow. And you don't have to have huge advertising budgets, because traditionally, when you're starting a business, marketing and advertising is going to be a huge chunk.
Is it the same thing as affiliate marketing?
It's very similar.
Okay.
It's very similar, because network marketing, back in the day, they call it word of mouth. With affiliate marketing is so similar, because they both share the concept of referral. So with affiliate marketing, here's another example. Okay. Justice has phones again, but then on his website, he says, okay, you can have a code or a link, send people to my website, and when they purchase, we will automatically pay the commissions to you. But with affiliate marketing, most of the time it's one tier, meaning I can only make money from the sales that come through my link. Yeah. But if other people come onto Justice's page, they buy a phone, and on your website it says become an affiliate. When they become affiliates, I'm no longer in the picture. So that's one of the differences with affiliate marketing. Yeah. Another difference would be with network marketing, you're able to make passive income. Yeah. So let's talk about consumable products. Let's say you have a health product, supplements, and Lebo buys the supplements from Justice, but every month when I'm purchasing my supplements, every month that I'm buying and my people are buying, commissions are being made. So with affiliate marketing, most of the time, the commissions are once off. But once you've introduced a person to a brand, whether they buy once or they buy 100 times, you've made your commission once only.
Yeah.
So those are some of the slight differences. So they're not exactly the same, but they do have some principles that are similar.
So a foreign company can come into South Africa and get me as an agent.
Yes.
To sort of push their product.
Yes.
And as an individual, maybe I can have probably maybe 1,000 people under me, and I'm making commission from everybody.
Exactly.
That's how people make a lot of money.
That's how people make a lot of money, because if you have 1,000 people, think of the scale of that. A person versus getting 10 sales, and now I'm getting a portion of 1,000 sales. Now, if we use the example again of a supplement company, if I have 1,000 people purchasing every single month, even if I'm just making 5 Rand off of every person, that's 5,000 Rand. Now, that's a lot of money. Now, that's 5,000 Rand. Every month, I don't have to remind them, guys, remember, you got to go buy your supplements. I don't have to go and deliver the supplements. The company does everything. They do the order fulfillment. I don't need to check the CRM. Do I have enough stock? Did the people deliver? Do I have damaged goods? So it takes out the risk factor of starting a business, because starting a business is risky. You have to put down your own money. You have to believe in something that people have not seen, people don't understand. And so if I want to start a business, network marketing is a great way for people to get into business, because the overheads are low. You don't have to go and open up an office. You don't have to get employees. You don't have to do branding. You don't have to go and register with CPRO. By the time you've opened your business, how much have you spent? You spend thousands, and your aim is that this business is supposed to generate income. So that's why most businesses only start to generate an profit after 3 to 5 years. How many South Africans right now have 3 to 5 years to wait before they start making profit? Not a lot.
Yes.
So this is why, alternative ways of making money are the way to go, because with network marketing, you can start with less than 1,000 Rand. And you can get into a reputable company, because that's also important. Let's not, shy away. Every industry has got its good and its bad. And so the very important thing is for people to understand that you need to find a company that is going to have, that's going to be a legitimate company. Number one, network marketing, this is my opinion now, should not be risky. We talk about risk, but network marketing should not actually be risky, because if I've come to your supplement company and I've purchased my own product for 1,000 Rand, my own supplements, if I don't want to use them, I have the option to resell them. And I could even make a profit. Maybe I get them from you at a discount. And so when I go and resell, I should make a profit. So that 1,000 Rand maybe turns into 1,500 or 2,000 Rand. So I've made back my money. If I'm using the products, which is what I usually do, I usually, when I'm in business, I train my team that it's about consumption. Use and teach your people to do the same, because that's how you're going to have passive income. But if you're going to be selling and you're used to making an income of selling, what happens on the month that you don't sell? What happens on the month that you say, I want to go on holiday this month? Your income drops very drastically. So that's an important part. So I think it shouldn't be risky. People shouldn't be losing houses because they're getting involved in network marketing. That's not the way it should be.
It's crazy. Eh?
Yeah. So
you spoke about, you can start with $1,000.
Even less. I mean,
right?
the amount of a Netflix subscription, you can start a business.
True, 100%.
Yeah.
But let's say a person is watching this and they don't know how to get these companies. Where do they start? Okay,
well, that's a great question. And that's part of why we are doing the podcast.
Yeah.
To expose people to the opportunities that are out there. Obviously, they then have to do their due diligence, once we have shown them. Also, on top of that, later in the channel, we're going to be launching something else where we're going to be going into the education aspect, teaching people about what actually is network marketing, how does it work, how do you put different companies on the table and say which one is best for me? How do I analyze a compensation plan to figure out if some compensation plans maybe pay out a lot at the front, so you come on board, you make a lot of money initially, but the passive aspect is not as great. Other companies, maybe they don't pay out too much in the beginning, but over time, as you grow your team, you'll find that your income also compounds and grows in that way. So that the education part is very important. But I would say the first thing that you can do, go online, do some research, find out firstly what is network marketing, what are some reputable companies that are out there. Go on, go on social media, type in network network marketing. See what pops up, who pops up, what are they saying? Interrogate what they are saying. Don't just, I always, I have a thing I always say to say, don't become a disciple. Like somebody, follows, and like, following Jesus, we follow, good, bad, gunzima, we are following. Don't be a disciple in other areas of your life. Use your logic, use your intellect, question things. And when you question, you'll get the answers. Then you'll be able to come back and say, okay, I have compared A, B, and C, and now that I've done my research, I've done that, I'm able to make an informed decision. So we need to be informed. We need to learn. There's organizations such as the Direct Selling Association in South Africa and internationally, but also people need to realize DSA is not something that network marketing companies have to register with. So you're not going to find all of them on the DSA's website or whatever, but for information purposes, you can visit the DSA.
Wow, there's a lot of money to be made.
There is tons of money to be made. Ask me about it. I started like you were asking. So I went to school. We were there, and so I got great marks. And so my school's part of the school I went to. We were part of a group, and so the varsity called me and said, "Hey, Lebo, we've got your results. By the way, girls. So listen, come and visit us." And I was like, "Nah, that school's not for me." Like I did
What
well.
What school is that?
I went to Crawford. So I went to Crawford, and so Varsity College, who was part of the Advotech group, they gave me a call and they were like, "Listen, come and let's have a chat. Let's see what you can do." And so I went there, and my mom was like, "Let's just go listen." Like, she was not pushing, go to school, get a degree. I'd seen her being an entrepreneur, and I was like, "Listen, I want to do what you do." And she was like, "Great, you can, but you can also study. Like, there's no rush for you to get in and make money." So I went to the appointment with the lady, and boy, she was great. I was sold.
Wow.
She was going to be one of my lecturers, and I sat there, and I must be honest, it was a great position to be in, to choose to study something simply because I thought I'd enjoy it. Not because I was looking at it from a point of, I'm going to make money. I was like, I think I like this. And there's communications. The
passion was there.
Yeah. So I studied communications and psychology through Varsity College. And then, after that, I was like, okay, now it's time to get to work. Now I went into the field. Back then, being in network marketing as a 21-year-old, 22-year-old wasn't sexy. It wasn't like now where we're in social media, you get to show the other side. It was like, what? That business for grannies, like where I have to talk to grannies and sell stuff. But I was like, listen, I've seen what this business can do. So, so I was like, okay, trying to find my feet. My mom was like, you wanted to do this. Now you have to do it on your own. Like, I'm not going to be the one helping you. You have to do it. I've trained you. You've seen it. Go out and do it. And so I remember the first business opportunity that I did. It was what products did they have? It was like custom jewelry and stuff like that. And I got involved, and then I was out there, like my peers were out there, corporate, high heels, all the fancy stuff. And I'm out here like driving to Mpumalanga, going to see the grannies and doing meetings under trees. But I knew what I wanted. And I was like, there's a price to pay, and this is the price I have to pay. And so I did that. And I remember this very distinctly. The one day I got my first income from that company.
How much was it?
I'm going to tell you. So I'm sleeping, and I remember being in my room, and my phone was right here, which it shouldn't be, but it was like right there by my head. And then I heard the message come in, and I took my phone, I looked at it, and it was like 4,200 rand. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, the granny business is not so bad, and I turned my phone upside down, and I went back to bed. And in that moment, I was like, here I am. I'm doing this business in my own time. I've earned 4,200 rand. I don't have to wake up in the morning. I mean, I got it secondhand from my mom, but now it was firsthand. It was my own experience. I'm not waking up to go to work. I'm not, and I knew then, what peers are earning, getting, and I was like, 4,200 rand for, I can double this, most. I can triple this. And that's where we went. And that's what happened. And so the journey started, and then, sometimes you move from company A to company B. Sometimes things don't go right in company C, but it's a journey. It's entrepreneurship. And that's also another thing people need to know. Entrepreneurship is not linear. It's not just, consistent, solid. You work on the 25th. This is how much you earn. This is how it goes. Sometimes you have a team and they don't buy, or they move over. They've seen something else. They move and they're like, no, we don't want this company. This one pays better. And you have to deal with all of those dynamics. So I started officially my own journey around 21, 22. And then I got introduced to cryptocurrencies along the way. I was very online. And then in 2009, towards the end of 2009, I then got involved with a company where we were starting from the ground up. I got to not just be now on the distributor side, but I got to be a part of actually development. And it was an online platform. So we're going fully digital back in 2009. And I was like, I had some sort of foresight. I was like, this is the future. This is where we're going. Let's try this. Let's see how it goes. And so that was 2009. And come 2010, I'm 24 and I made my first million.
With crypto?
With network marketing. But the crypto, you could buy it. Like crypto at the time, I was just using it as a payment method.
Jeez,
it wasn't an investment to me at the time. Lord, I wish I knew, because if I show you like my altcoin trade and all of that, I was buying Bitcoin back in the day, like less than like $3,000, even $1,000, like buying just to transfer. Like, okay, I need to send money overseas, so let me buy some crypto. And altcoin trader was there. We'll buy local Bitcoins. Those times, those early 2000, 2011s, the teens. That's when that. So my cryptocurrency use at the time was not really for investment purposes. I really just saw it as a way to transact and to make transacting easier. Because back then, 2009, 2010. If I had to transact, I'd go to the bank and then I have to wait 3-5 days, and then they want invoices, and then they want my SARS, what, and then
they blocked your bank account.
All of that. So no, luckily I never got my bank account blocked. But that was the experience. So when I did make my first million, it was through network marketing, but it was an online platform. So there was no physical product, there's no phone, there's no supplements. And the product was an online platform, a portal that people could subscribe to that would give them discounts on hotel stays, booking travel, etc. So I got involved in that. The platform was built. I got in at the beginning, and we built over 60,000 users in about 18 months. 18 months, 18. So in about 18 months, we built over 60,000 users. And imagine that product cost 1,000 Rand, was $100 at the time. So back then, the Rand was much stronger. So imagine 60,000 people each spending $100. How that scales.
How much are you getting from that? But I want to talk numbers.
Okay, let's talk numbers. So the percentage that I was getting from that, now remember, there's partners, there's all of that, but it was our profit margins were a good 30% or so.
Sure.
And then,
I thought 10%.
No. And you know why the margins were high? Because it's digital. It's scalable. You create the portal once, but whether it's used by 100 people, 1,000 or 10 or 100,000 people, the costs literally grow just for your hosting and all of that, which when you look on the other side, that's why SaaS is the way to go. Software as a service is the way to go, because that's why Bill Gates is so rich, because Microsoft, they do, back in the day, 95, 96, yes, they had a disk, they'd have to ship it out to you, but the cost of creating a disk is a lot cheaper than having to write software on each computer. They write it once and then they're done.
Pardon me, I want to talk strategy.
Yes.
How were you guys able to sign up 60,000 people on the platform? Because back in the days, social media wasn't.
Social media, and I have this written down somewhere. We started with 9 people. So I had a meeting. I had 9 people in a boardroom with me. We shared the vision. We shared what the business is, how it's going to work, and 9 people turned into 60,000 people. I don't know 60,000 people. I will never know 60,000 people. Maybe let me take that back, because our words create our reality. But perhaps, in the future, I can have 60,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, but I did not know 60,000 people, and they didn't know me, and they didn't care. What they cared about was the product. Did it work? Number 1, yes, it did. Number 2, the opportunity linked to it. Can I make some money? And the answer was yes. And so a lot of people made a lot of money through that opportunity, because the profit margins were also very high for the distributors. So because it was online, I mean, how much you pay once, yes, it was a big chunk, a big investment, but that investment paid out, because once the portal was created, that's it. Airbnb, the portal's there. Whether they have 10 people who put their properties there or they are global, it doesn't matter. They can scale, because it's online, it's tech based. So those systems are that's why I love technology. And right now, even in the next 12 months, my focus is also exposing people to how digital opportunities, yes, it's great. Physical products are great, because a person sees what they pay for, and there's no two ways about it. But with a digital product, even if you look at the the phone industry. We've got Apple iPhones. They make a lot, yes, from the actual device, but most of their profits don't come from devices. They come from Apple Pay, what they're getting from the App Store, what you're paying for your cloud, all of that. That's where the real money is made, because it's small in relation to buying a new phone, that once off. But now the recurring income, if you're paying for storage every month, how much is it costing you? If you are downloading some apps and you are paying, those apps monthly, those apps also have to give a portion back to Apple because they're on the App Store. So that's a great way of doing business. So technology, the digital way that's where the future is. And even in network marketing, the future is digital, completely digital. You can create a digital business from home. If you're on social media, you can leverage your social media. You never have to leave your house. And you can do business online, and you can make tens of thousands of not just rands, but dollars, because of network marketing. And not just network marketing, other industries. Because now, over the years, I'm not only in network marketing. I've evolved. I've pivoted. We were talking about cryptocurrency earlier. I fell in love with cryptocurrencies, and I've made a lot of money in cryptocurrencies, and I've also lost a lot of money in cryptocurrencies. And so the journey from then becoming a millionaire at 24, fast forward some years later, I found myself at one point where I was like, okay, so girls got to start from zero again, because that's life and it happens. And, you have your all-time highs, just like Bitcoin, and then you have your all-time lows. But the great thing about being an entrepreneur, and also, personal development, I'm big on that. And Jim Rohn, I love Jim Rohn. And he speaks about, the great thing about becoming a millionaire is not the money. The money is great, you get to enjoy it, but it's that you become a millionaire. So with or without the money, you're still a millionaire, because your mindset is a millionaire mindset. Your skills, you've now proven to yourself that, hey, I can do this. And if you can do it once, you can do it again. It's not a lotto. That's why many people who win a lottery, what happens to them? I blew it and it's gone. But an entrepreneur can fall today, but down the line what's going to happen. They're going to rise again because they have the skill. It's in them. They have the mindset. They have the knowledge. So part of the rise of the modern moguls is also to show, even if you have had dips in your life, because dips come and they come to teach you a lesson. They come for you to grow. A lot happens in life, but those, you can rise from that. Even if, your previous days were greater, you can have greater days ahead. If you've made $1 million before, that's just the benchmark. That's just something where you showed, okay, this is the watermark. We've done that. Now we can go from making millions, we can go for billions, even if you don't have the millions at that time. So it's all mindset. It's all think and grow rich. It's all here. It's all here between your ears. That's where it is.
But Lebo, how does it feel to be a millionaire at 24? I mean, like, you're young.
Yeah, I was very young.
You love going out.
Not really. Hey, I was not really. I'm such, like, I think sometimes I'm a little bit of polar opposites, because I'm loud and talkative. We're here. I talk. I talk quite a lot, but out in the world, I'm not as talkative as I am here with you. And so I did have an active social life. Don't get me wrong. I was out, I was outside. I was out there doing my thing, having fun. But it's not my go-to. I'm happy to be at home. By myself even. I'm happy to be at home reading. Like, I remember back then, I just be like, I just need a holiday to go read. Like, just have hold a book, no distractions, so forth, and just read. And literally leave home to go somewhere just to read. So, so it was fun. I was 24. It was great, but I was also 24 and very focused and very disciplined about my work. I worked hard. It was not a windfall, like, oh, it's magic. No. I worked. Sometimes the IP, as one of my business partners would then always call me, say, Lebo, you're the IP, the intellectual property. Like, you just sit down and think, and then we will do the implementation. When I sit down, you're our IP, because it's a lot. And so 24, it was fun. It was crazy. It was a great time. Listen, it was an awesome time.
Who did you tell that you made $1 million?
I think the first time I spoke about it was in church when I was giving a testimony. So
what kind of a person does that?
Also, I'm not big on social media. Okay. Like, even if you go, hence Google couldn't find, I'm not big on social media. Like, I'm very, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm a very private person. I like close-knit, tight-knit. I'm very private. I don't want to put my business out there. That's just me.
But Lebo, sorry, are you that bold though? Like going in church?
Yes,
holding the mic.
Listen, I told them, hey, and if my church is listening, I'm sure they've got it somewhere on a recording. They can pull it up, and maybe it will end up on social media someday. Because I remember my pastor sitting and saying, Lebo, you need to, and I was like, nah, man. Like, not that I'm very confident. I'm very willing to share my story, but I was like, okay, no, let's do it. And I think a lot of it, in our belief and in Christianity, there's a lot of, in my interpretation, because everyone interprets it different, where they are. It was a lot about, the Bible says it, think, and as a man thinketh, so is he. The power of life and death is in the tongue. And so all of those things are not just for us to look for manna. It's about, it's a book, it's principles. Even the Bible says that, principles, it's the same wind, the same rain. Whether you're a believer or a non-believer, where you come from doesn't count. It's how you set your sail. And so in church, I was like, yes, I've done it. And so, I was also like, giving is an important part, because you need to give to receive. So that was part of my, testimony. I believe in giving. I believe in giving a lot. And giving comes in different ways. Giving is not just money. Giving of your time, of your service, of the best that you are when you meet the next person. That's a way of giving, helping, teaching. That's giving. So giving is giving. Sometimes I think also, the culture, even in church, that over the years has just become like, money and no. Giving is so vast. Giving is not money. Giving, yes, a person can give you, but some people giving you their time is worth more than them giving you their money. For some, like this, to me, you can't quantify in monetary terms to say, how much is this worth? How do you quantify that? So for me, this is a gift that I'm giving, and therefore I have to also come and meet it and give my best also to the next person who's going to be watching. So yes, I had the boldness, but it was great. But like I say, it wasn't all rosy, over time. And also, I think I was thinking about this yesterday, and I said, oh gosh, I don't want to give people the wrong perception to say it's all just a meteoric rise. Like, I've had sometimes where I'm like, is this me? Like, like,
you couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe, like, at some point I had hit such a low, and I think it's just because so much in my life had happened, like, not just financially, but there was just so much going on. And I'd look where even your mind, you like start to allow thoughts in that are contradictory to what you believe about yourself or where you should be going. Like, that's not the time to allow thoughts of negativity or low self-esteem, or like, maybe it was luck. Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe I didn't work hard enough. So, I got to that point where I was like, I had to wake up and remember, like, no. Who are you, Ghana?
Yeah.
Who are you? And whose are you? And all of those things, like, come back, talk to yourself, get back in that space. And then I did it. And thank God I was able to get back into an industry that says, doesn't matter, come today, do the work, and the money will come. So I was able to rebuild again, even after that, through network marketing. And then,
So you lost the million.
I've lost millions, not a million. Some millions you lose, some millions you spend.
Okay.
That's not a loss to me. If I've purchased a camera, that's not a loss. I bought it, I've got it, I got loser. Maybe some purchases are not purchases that you should have made, but they're not a loss. So there's nothing that I have bought or spent money on in that way, because I also wasn't reckless, that I regret to say, oh, I shouldn't have bought that car. Some decisions now financially, I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have bought that many cars cash. Maybe that wasn't so wise. Maybe I should have redirected and done this, done that. So those were lessons that I've learned. I've lost millions in business where you invest in this, invest in that, invest in things that you don't understand, or you're like, no, or relax also. I mean, after that, I spent about 4 or 5 years in total retirement, not having to work, enjoying my life. Like, if I wanted to do something, I could do it. So that also speaks to how long I was able to sustain that even after that. So I've lost a lot. I've gained a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. That's just part of the journey, but it's part of the growth. And, but I'm happy that it's in you. The million, like justice, you're justice. Like when you wake up at 2 a.m. and someone says, who are you? You're justice. And everything you've learned, your knowledge, your skill, what's unique to you that you bring to the table that no one else can bring, no one can take that away from you. 2 a.m., like sleep in the eyes. And they say, come, you're ready to perform because that's who you are. Now, that's the same in business. As an entrepreneur, as you get better, as you grow, then you get to times where you're like, okay, the challenges are here, but this is me, the skill, the knowledge, it's all here. So I just need to find maybe the right opportunity. Maybe at the time, especially in network marketing, you just need the right opportunity to help you get out of that. Maybe you need to create the right opportunity, because that's also important. We need to create wealth. We need to look outside of jobs or okay, I'm a network marketer, so I can only succeed if I'm going to someone else's business. How about you start your own? I get it, you've learned now, you know what, so start your own, go ahead, go for it. And in starting your own, guess what, you're going to be challenged, but why not? Some failures are there to push you forward. So you fail forward, because failure is not a bad thing. Making mistakes is not a bad thing, but in school we're taught if you fail, that's not where you want to be. But failing is important. Failure is the other side of the coin to success. There is no success without failure. So I embrace failure. I embrace making mistakes. Because I know that it's part of the journey. I can't say I'm an overcomer. What have you overcome? I get you. I'm successful. What have you failed at? What have you done that didn't go well, that allows you today to say I'm a success today, simply because I went through that. I learned this. I picked myself up. I tried again. I fell. I tried again. I fell. I tried again. I fell. I tried again, but I won't stop trying. And that's the important part. I've lost millions. At some point, I felt like I just had to start from scratch, because I think millions, you spend them. Life is expensive. Like kids' school fees. Now I'm grown. Now I've got kids. It's school fees. It's a lot. And so you can't be sustained by money that you made, even over the years. It's not like that was the only money I've made. I've made a lot more with other things over time. I've been involved in different opportunities, and some don't go so well. When you find yourself, okay, I was in quite deep there, maybe financially, like I was in the 7 figures there and I shouldn't have been. Maybe I should have, but yeah, so loss is a part of it. What's loss without gain? What's gain rather without loss? Is it a gain? If you haven't lost, you need to understand both sides.
But what's your source of strength, man? I mean, like, we're speaking 7 figures here. Like, a person, they're looking at you right now. Yeah.
Because money is not everything. Money is a result. That's what money is. Money is a result. It's not everything. It's a result. And so if it's a result, it means I can do again and I can have the same or better results. Not so? So I didn't wake up and find money at my door. It was a result of something that I did. So I can do something again, maybe not the same thing, but I can do something. And a result again. And maybe the result of the situation is for me to learn and to get better and maybe to appreciate what maybe sometimes that, some situations you can't appreciate if you've never been through them.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell my mom, like growing up, I must be honest, I never experienced like deep lack or, I grew up okay. Like I was even though the levels were different at sometimes, sometimes it's just, you're like, okay, I thought we were killing it there, but actually we were still playing, but I was okay. I was taken care of, everything I needed, I had. But now I have a deeper appreciation when someone says like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my kids' school fees. It's not like what do you mean? Like, don't you work? Sometimes you have that arrogance to say when you don't have those experiences, like, why do people moan? Like, what are they doing? Because sometimes you even, but now you're like, okay, no, I get it. Like, I get it. Sometimes things just, you try your best and it just doesn't happen the way that you want it to, but it's part of the learning. It's part of the growth. It's part of you have to have that inner strength. You have to speak to yourself, and you have to really, I'm very intentional about what I consume. Like what goes in here, and what goes in here. I'm very intentional. I guard it with my life, because it is my life. Whatever I allow to come into my eyes, to come into my ears, that is going to become my life. So I have to take care of that.
When I look at you, I can see that you have a different relationship with money. And my question is that, how do you see money?
Okay, money is a tool. Money is a servant. Money, I guess that you're pointing something out that maybe I have not cognitively, sat down and thought of.
Yeah.
But yeah, my relationship with money is that money is just a tool. And money is something that is in abundance. It's everywhere. If you don't have money, go out to a place where there's money. Go out to a place where, you would feel intimidated based on what's in your pocket. And then just see the people who are then realize, oh, okay, they also have 2 legs, just like I do. They also have 2 arms, nothing different. Maybe they're dressed a little bit better than I am today, but that can be me. Consume, watch podcasts of people who've made it. Consume, read biographies of successful people who have made it and who've started. Some started from, greater place, others started from nothing, and realize that this is something that we can all do. It's not exclusive. Making money is not exclusive. It's not select. It's not put aside to say, only these ones can have it. Anyone can have it. But you need to be the person before you can have it. So you need to become the person that thinks the right way. You need to attract them. The money needs to, it must have an affiliate. Money must come to you, and you must just have that belief and that knowing and that understanding. And don't beg for money. Like, you're like, get that out of your mindset. Like, do, and eventually the money will come. And also don't, you chase money and it runs away. Chase it runs away because you're chasing. No, like, be where you are, do what you need to do. The right opportunities, the right people, the right things will come to you. Do your work, keep your head down, be disciplined, do more than you're asked. Don't do just enough just to get by. Like, it's 5 to 4, I'm at work, I'm not going to do this. We close at 4, I'm going to close ka 5 to. No. Go the extra mile. A customer comes in at 4:05, even if it's not your business, open the door for the customer and say, no, ma'am, we hadn't closed yet. That's the attitude that's going to get you to where you need to go. Because, even the Bible says, if he who can be trusted with little will be trusted with much. So how you do anything is how you do everything. And even for like employees, if you can't take care of someone else's business, how are you going to take care of your own?
Wow.
So that's a mindset. And you realize that even if I'm doing a lot here in this current job or whatever, or current opportunity, and they don't see, or you feel unappreciated, they will lose you because somebody who appreciates you or the right opportunity will come to you because you have become that person, and now you will meet up with that opportunity. Before that, you won't. So you can't say, well, they don't pay me, so I'm not going to do it. You're going to stay in that relationship, but it's not about them. It's about you. So yeah, mouthful, my bad.
Yeah, no stress. We're just having a conversation, but me listening to you, it's like, a person should actually invest into their minds.
That's where it all starts. That's how I got out of the hole that I was in. Because it's hard being in a hole. And I don't know if it's because the further you were and the harder you fell, the situation is also hard. And you even see people treat you different. And you're like, and you must get angry, like, oh, for real. So this is how you're going to talk to me. Oh, so you're not talking to me because of who I am. You're talking to me because of what I had or what I could do for you. Or so this is, so you start to see things. And I tell my mom all the time, I say, I appreciate the lenience. She's like, hey, Lebo, the struggle. I'm like, you know what? If there's one thing that I'm happy happened in my life is the struggle. Because there's things that maybe I would not have seen had things just been, because it had to get super uncomfortable for things to be revealed to me where I'm like, oh, okay. Even about myself, not just like, oh, like other people. No, even about myself, say, okay, you had to prove this to yourself. You had, and there are things that could only come out, could only be dug out from the bottom. That gold could only be dug out at the bottom. At the top, it wasn't there. So I had to go down, and then I got it. And I'm like, all right, now I've got it.
And with you having to dig that gold, you actually found out who you are.
Yes.
As well.
And that you're not, and like you say, maybe the relationship with money, that you're not just, the person who made $1 million, or you are more than that. And that the money is just an addition. With or without it, you're the same person. or a better person, and you're just becoming better every single day. Because guess I'm not a great person. I don't think, like, I'm just an average. There's nothing extraordinarily different about me than the next person. I don't think I've done anything that someone else can't do. I've made mistakes that maybe other people wouldn't make, and they're like, I would have never done that. How could she do that? So I'm human. I've got my flaws, but I get up every day and I'm like, listen, okay, that was yesterday. Yes, some of them I'll still fix in the future. Some mistakes are massive and they like take time for you to fix, but it's okay. It's life. Like, how are you going to learn if you don't mess up? You got to mess up. So that's why even like now I'm a mom, I've got kids. Even when my kids, I always tell them, like, I remember my daughter's like, sorry, I don't apologize. Like, how do you don't have to apologize for making a mistake. It's a mistake. Like, you just say, oh, I did this. Don't have to apologize. No. Sorry is for like if something intentional or something that hurts somebody. But for a mistake, like, okay, I broke the glass. It's okay. Let's clean it up. Make sure you don't get hurt. Don't have to apologize for everything. Like mistakes, like, no, get that out your mind. It's a mistake, it's done, clean it up, let's move. Others, yes, you apologize, but mistakes happen and we move and we keep it going.
So what kind of businesses are you into now?
So now's an exciting time. Yeah. Now is such a great time because I'm now I've built a digital business now. It's not my own business, but I'm partnered with a company that is into digital business cards. And so I remember a colleague in the industry who'd also gone through some major upheavals in his life. And maybe I'll have him on the show one day. And he was like, Lebo, listen, now I'm like, I've had it, I'm done. I need something stable. I need something solid. So this is what I'm doing. It's a digital product, only $10. I'm like, oh, okay, $10, that's doable. $10 to $15, depending on the product that you choose. And so I got started. This is about just over a year ago. Okay. And so with him, so he introduced me to that business. I built my business, and I built it completely offline. Like online, I'd talk, I'd share here and there, but I must be honest, like I'm not the greatest at creating content. Yeah. I really am not. It's not, my heart is not there. So I'm just like, whatever. But like conversations and stuff, that's totally me. And so I failed at doing it the online way. But I was like, no, I can still go offline. I know I have that strength. I know how to do it. So I've built that digital business, and now that digital business now gives me the ability to sit back because it's paying me, and it's moving, it's doing well, and now it allows me to sit back and now start building. Now I can start building the dreams. Now I can start building. Now I can invest in my podcast. I can invest in other opportunities. I'm partnering with another network marketing company now that's launching soon, that is in the health and supplement space. And so they are bringing actual products, and the lady tells her story on our podcast also, so they can catch it there. And I'm there, IP, all of that. I'm helping them launch, and I'm going to be very involved with that. So I've got the digital business that's giving me a completely online income stream, global, earning in dollars, and if you're earning $5,000 and you're here in South Africa, it's not 5,000 rand.
I'm inspired.
And it's every single month. And what I love about that business is that people can start it for just $10. So the price of Netflix. Instead of paying for Netflix, you can start yourself a business, and it doesn't break your bank, but you commit to it, and you build 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 and you keep on building. And every month when the people are subscribing for their digital business card, because the world has gone digital. So instead of handing out physical cards, I can just have a digital business card. Scan my QR code. Here's the link. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. Everything you need about my business is there. My WhatsApp. You want to WhatsApp me? Send me Telegram. You want a link to my podcast? My podcast has its own business card there. They can see episodes that pop up on their phone immediately. So it's a great little tool and there are tools out there, but this one just allows you to earn a commission while you use it. There are other tools. I have some other tools that I've used for other things in the same space, but why I love this one is that I can make money at the same time through it. So it's the network marketing company. The company is called Fatinga, and it's going to be launching soon. So that's what I'm busy with.
Okay.
And then what else? And then the cryptocurrency space. I love cryptocurrencies. And I even on my first YouTube channel, I actually have a masterclass, a 4-part masterclass on cryptocurrencies. I was giving masterclasses on cryptocurrencies back in 2019, 2020. crazy. I think the uploads, they are also like from 2020, 2019, some of the uploads on crypto. I remember when Bitcoin was less than $10,000 a Bitcoin. And I remember I had a masterclass and it's recorded. And I said, guys, this is going to be your last chance to get Bitcoin under 10K. Last chance. And I mean, a few months later, we broke that all-time high and we've never gone back. So here we are 45 years later. And so I love cryptocurrency. So I'm really looking forward to getting into the cryptocurrency space and merging it with the concept of referral marketing or word of mouth marketing, but on the blockchain.
Okay.
But that's in the future, and maybe we'll have a discussion about that. When that time comes. But that's going to be exciting because the mission is big. It's a purpose-driven project. So that's what I'm doing, and I really just want to expose people to the fact that we do not need to have an unemployment rate of 33% in South Africa, because unemployment, it's a choice. So the government can't give us jobs. The government's job is to make sure that we have stable electricity, the streets, the robots work, there's no potholes in the street. If I open a business, I'm going to have electricity, I'm going to have water, I'm not going to, the crime is sorted out so that when I open my business, I can open up in a secure place. That's the government's job, to create an environment where the economy can thrive. That's their job. It's not their job to give us jobs. And unfortunately, when it's campaign time, they don't say that. They say, we're going to give you jobs and make jobs from where?
Yeah.
Government doesn't make jobs. Entrepreneurs create jobs. And so we need to create an environment that allows entrepreneurs to thrive so that they can then give the jobs that we're saying we're going to create. So I think the focus needs to be, that we need to create our own jobs. We need to create our own wealth. I was reading a stat that in 2024, Pep Ackermans, they sold over 5.6 million phones in a 6-month period. 5.6 million phones, the majority of those phones being smartphones. Who's buying those phones? What are they doing with those phones? How is it that we have a country where everybody has 2 phones, but people are unemployed? This is where money is. It doesn't have to be through network marketing.
True.
It doesn't have to be through media. I don't have to be a content creator, influencer, but you can do something. And you have people that come onto the seat and they share there's so much. I mean, some of the things I'm like, oh, that sounds great. But I also know that's not my lane. It will stay in your lane. Don't have shiny object syndrome. Yeah. But there's something for everyone. And we are obsessed with jobs in South Africa. We're obsessed, an unhealthy obsession, a toxic obsession with jobs. And they're not coming. Guess what? It's sad, but it's true. They're not coming. We need to focus on entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship doesn't mean I have huge offices in, corner office in Sandton, or I've opened a boutique on this road. Entrepreneurship means start where you are. I mean, partner with a network marketing company that says, we've got a great product, go and sell it. Go and sell, get that confidence in your product. Once people have belief in the product, then you can say to them, hey, you don't have to just buy from me. You can actually buy it at a low. You don't have to pay me full price. Buy directly from the company. Get a discount. So now you're buying it wholesale. And then you can then also retail if you want to and make some money. And then if you don't want to retail like with me, I'm not a retailer in the network marketing space. I don't enjoy physically selling. I love selling an idea, a vision, but I don't like to physically sell products. And that's just a preference. But you can go out there, build a business, build a team, start with 1 person, start with 2. Don't be in a rush. Don't compare yourself with other people that, hey, they made millions and I'm going to make millions. And today you're starting this, tomorrow you're starting that. Find your lane, stick to it. Improve in your lane. Don't say, oh, well, this doesn't work. Why is it not working? What doesn't work? Why? What haven't you tried? Keep improving where you are. But if you're going to keep starting new foundations all the time, you'll never have a building that stands. So find your lane, do the work, go through the hard times. Don't avoid the failures. The quicker you fail, the quicker you know what works, what doesn't. Fail fast, fail forward, fail often. Fail, because this failure is leading you to the success. The next failure, if you have to fail 20 times to be successful, how quickly would you get to failing? You want to fail now. Let me fail, because if I fail now, I'm 19 closer. The next fail, I'm 18 closer. But we don't look at it like that. So I think there's an American billionaire. Oh God, I don't want to mess up his name, but I don't want to mess up his name. But he's maybe you can pull it up. But he says, how quickly would you go for no if you knew that it would take 20 no's to get the yes? That yes you're looking for. Yes, I want this. How quickly would you go through those 19 no's to get to the 20 that's going to be a breakthrough, that's going to be a yes? People are afraid of rejection. They're afraid of, batlo ringi, I'm going to be seen failing. All these things that we create in our mind that don't even exist. People don't care. They're too busy worried about their own lives. And if they do care, it's for 5 minutes and then they're gone again. So don't focus on them. Focus on you and what works for you and what works for your family. That's important.
Jeez, Lebo, thank you so much. For everything.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you having me.
Sure, you've said so much. My heart is spoke, but
say so much.
I'm very happy. I actually wanted to give you the chance to speak.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sure you have so much more. Probably we're going to have part 2.
Yeah, we're family.
So that we can, speak about cryptocurrency and people can actually learn.
Yes, and learn. Don't 100%. Just jump. I want to be a millionaire tomorrow. No,
it doesn't work like
that's how you're gonna get scammed and lose money. Yeah. Learn first. Invest in your education first. In everything. Invest in your education first. It's like, even let's say media. Why would you go buy an expensive camera when you haven't learned how to actually use it properly? Start with a second-hand camera. Use it. Learn. Play around with it. Then you'll learn which one is actually going to work for you. Don't just rise to the top in any industry. So I think, sorry to cut you.
No stress. Are you not having a network marketing session event?
You know what? I am thinking of hosting something, not linked to any particular company or anything, but we might be looking at doing something very soon. But I think most importantly, people can tune into the channel. Maybe we'll link that here and just hear stories from other entrepreneurs who've made it, and that's where they can then connect with me. They can learn a bit more about me. I'm actually grateful for the opportunity to speak. Thank you again, Justice, because now that I've started my podcast, I'm always on the other side. People telling their stories, which I love, but it's great that I got to share a little bit about my story so people also know who's on the other side. And so thank you very much. I don't take it lightly. This is a gift to me, so I received that gift. Thank you so much. And may it grow 10x, 100x, 1000x for you. So thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.